Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Sending positivity and good vibes your way. We spill the tea, we break news, we talk about anything and everything from celebrity news, gossip, reality TV, sports gossip, you name it, we've got it, court cases, whatever the case may be. And today it looks like somebody else is going to be in court once again, you guys, because Matt Barnes has done it again. Matt Barnes has assaulted yet another person, but then plays victim, you guys. Assaults another person and then is the one that files the restraining order, even though he's the aggressor. What am I talking about? So over the weekend, as you guys know, we are in the thick of the NFL playoffs. We have the Super Bowl coming up in a couple of weeks, and we had the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers game that took place over the weekend, you guys. And for some reason, we're not hearing about this until today on Wednesday evening, but apparently Matt Barnes had spit on his fiance's ex-husband, you guys. His fiance is Anansa Sims, who is the daughter of legendary supermodel Beverly Johnson, and her daughter Anansa used to be married to David Patterson Jr., who briefly played in the NFL, and they briefly had a reality show that was not good enough to renew for future seasons, you guys. But nonetheless, they break up. They have 3 kids together. They break up. There was some speculation as far as whether or not her ex-husband was the father of Anansa's 4th child, the youngest child that she now shares with Matt Barnes. And her and Matt Barnes, they have like a one-night stand that ended up with her pregnant. And they've had a tumultuous on again, off again, situationship, entanglement, whatever you want to call it. He's kicked her and her kids out of the house multiple times. He's gone on Vlad interviews saying how him and his sons are uncomfortable with this woman and her children. However, she keeps coming back. She keeps coming back for more because she likes the chaos. She likes the toxicity. She thinks she has won the jackpot, you guys. So let's get into it. So he spits on his fiance's ex during a heated altercation at the Cowboys versus 49ers game on Sunday. This is coming from TMZ, of course. And they basically say, he is claiming, he's alleging, of course, that it was the other guy that started it, that it was Anansa's ex-husband that quote unquote started it. No. You don't just haul off and spit somebody unless you're trying to instigate something and you're not getting the reaction you want, right? So you escalate things yourself by spitting because then you want to be a fake tough guy, you guys. That's how that went, regardless of whatever Matt is saying. So this happened around 3:40 p.m. just before the playoff contest began at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, when Barnes encountered his fiance's former husband, David Patterson, in a concourse at the venue. In the footage, you can see Barnes sprayed the man with spit before he later got in the guy's face. The clip shows the two exchange words and got into a bit of a wrestling match before, thankfully, they were separated and walked in different directions. According to an application for a temporary order, civil restraining order, filed by Matt Barnes in LA County Court 2 days after the incident. Oh my gosh. The NBA star alleges that Patterson Jr. was the aggressor in the situation. In the court documents, Barnes says that Patterson Jr. Quote unquote hunted me down and aggressively confronted me. He said that the 37-year-old yelled profanities and threats at him, called him names, and incited the crowd around them into a frenzy by yelling out my full name repeatedly. This actually sounds like something Matt Barnes would do, actually. This actually sounds like Matt Barnes is reporting on himself. He added that Patterson Jr. eventually shoved me and I was forced to push him off of me. He continued, I did not want the altercation to physically escalate further, and out of escalation, seeking me out and his relenting repeated harassment, I spit in his direction in disgust. Cops tell us they were called to the scene to investigate an allegation of battery, where they say the alleged victim, ID'd the 42-year-old Barnes as the suspect. They said an investigation into the case remains ongoing. As for Barnes' request for the temporary restraining order, he says Patterson Jr. has been terrorizing him for months, believing the man is quote-unquote jealous of the relationship with his ex-wife. Nobody cares, Matt Barnes. Nobody cares. In fact, your fiance's ex-husband, he is engaged to or about to marry a principal of a school, you guys. a principal of a school, where she is actually doing the homework and tending to your fiance's kids because you are too busy out here in public spitting on people, right? So there is that. So alleging that he is jealous of his relationship. Nobody is jealous of you and Anansa, Matt Barnes. Sorry to break the news to you. That's why you guys have to keep doing these stunts to get in the news. He said at one point in 2022, Patterson Jr. threatened to shoot him with his gun. He is asking the court to restrict Patterson Jr. from coming within 100 yards of him. That's never going to happen. Barnes, who played 3 seasons in the Bay Area with the Golden State Warriors in his NBA career, he was a journeyman, you guys. He was a journeyman and was known for just being a fake tough guy, right? And appeared to go on with his Sunday night without further incident, seeming to be in great spirits as he watched the game from the sweet seats. In fact, Barnes sounded pleased with the 19-12 Niners victory outcome, apparently winning a bet with a Dallas fan who had a spot in his box. You guys, there's so much tea on this dysfunction of Matt Barnes and this fiance, and it's just a lot. It is just a lot. It is just nothing but drama. It is just nothing but shenanigans. And this is the same woman who filed a restraining order against Matt Barnes, you guys, and said that she was scared for her life and that he was not good to her and he was not good to her children. And all this, attempt to file a restraining order against this woman's ex-husband is because the ex-husband's fiance filed a restraining order against you, Matt Barnes, because the kids are terrified of you, Matt Barnes. They have to hide in closets when you come home, Matt Barnes. They are scared to death of you. And they are scared of what you'll do to them, and their mom doesn't care because she's with the former NBA athlete, so she thinks all she sees is millions of dollars, you guys. All she sees is millions of dollars, and she is willing to have her kids suffer and be mentally and physically abused by Matt Barnes just to say that she is with an NBA athlete, you guys. That is the real tea. That is the real issue at hand. This is not the first time that, Matt Barnes and his fiance have threatened people, have filed restraining orders against people, only, in fact, they were the aggressor, right? There was a previous incident with a hairstylist to where basically his fiance was stealing hair, was, basically getting her hair done, getting sew-ins and getting extensions and posting about it on social media. However, she was never paying the actual hairstylist for the hair, you guys. She never paid for it. She spelled the lady's name wrong that did her hair on purpose so that the lady couldn't get tagged and attract more business and attract more clients. And her mom was like the longtime client of Beverly Johnson, and there was drama there. Like, this is just one thing after another. It is constant drama. It is constant chaos. When the twins that, Matt's 2 older sons has with his ex-wife Gloria, when they tried to complain to their mom and said, hey, this chick and her kids are psychopaths, and her mom went off, everybody came for Gloria. Everybody came for Gloria, and she was trying to tell you that this union is completely toxic. This union is toxic. They stalk her. They stalk the twins. They stalk all of the old Gloria and Matt Barnes interviews trying to recreate their love story. And they are just completely out of whack, you guys. And the twins are uncomfortable. The twins are uncomfortable, and now they have to fake pose in these fake family photos for every holiday for the foreseeable future, all to sell a fake narrative on Instagram, you guys. Meanwhile, there are side chicks galore who are waiting to expose Matt Barnes, you guys. And again, Matt Barnes continues to lie, right? He lied that he was sleeping with Rihanna and that he hooked up with Rihanna and that Rihanna was in his DMs and this and that. Never showed receipts, you guys. Never showed receipts, but just ran his mouth to TMZ about it, right? And people just took it and ran with it, right? And just like people believe that he went and beat up Derek Fisher, although we never saw receipts, right? Derek Fisher was still coaching at the time. And the same day, Derek Fisher, he went back to his job. And there was no signs of Derek Fisher, light-skinned Derek Fisher, there was no signs of any type of scratches or bruises on him. So what exactly did Matt Barnes do? Exactly, right? He did the fake tough guy stuff that he did this weekend at the playoff game, right? And when things didn't go his way, he spit in somebody's face, right? Just like he didn't like somebody coming from him on Instagram, and he retaliates by exposing the person's, where they live, where they work at, and everything else. And he got himself banned from Instagram, right? Because you can't just dox people when you don't like their opinion. But again, this is the toxicity. So now, what is going to happen? Are you going to keep your job at ESPN? Are you going to keep your job at Showtime? Because your life really is all up in smoke. That's the real tea. Your life is all up in smoke. All right? And you're a weed head. You're always getting high. You're always reckless. You have a very dysfunctional relationship with your fiance. You have a very dysfunctional relationship on how you treat her kids. And now all of a sudden, now that there is a restraining order against you, now you want to pretend to be interested in her kids. Right? And now that you feel guilty for, spitting on another man, you want to file the restraining order first to make it look like you were the one attacked. No. You were trying to instigate something. You were trying to gaslight this guy because you don't like him. You don't like the fact that him and his, fiance see right through you and his ex. You don't like the fact that they see the games that you try to play, the manipulation tactics you try to do, and they filed papers on you. And so now there's going to be a battle, right? And if I'm Gloria seeing all of this, I'm filing for sole custody. I am filing for sole custody and have the rest of my teenage twins spend the rest of the years with me and Derek Fisher in our brand new mansion. This is completely out of control. Notice we never hear any drama with Gloria and her stepkids that she has with Derek Fisher. She never has any issues with Derek Fisher's kids. All the common denominator in all of these issues, you guys, is Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes is the problem. And if I'm Steven Jackson, I would be looking to, find a new co-host because Matt Barnes is a liability. Matt Barnes is a liability. He is always getting into some foolishness. He is always trying to prove that he's a tough guy, and he always gets himself in some type of violent altercation, and it never ends well. And this isn't the first case that he is, under investigation for or is having to deal with court cases for, you guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. That's what I mean, you guys. You guys believe all of the lies that he tells people, to push a false narrative. And he has all these cases. He doesn't have the money that you guys think he is. Remember he beat up a couple in New York? Remember, he has like a fragrance that's bankrupt. He has, lawyers that are suing him because he doesn't pay for their services. Is the weed business even making anything, you guys? Because everybody and their mama has a weed business, right? Everyone and their mama has a weed business. So again, where is all this money coming from that Matt Barnes allegedly has, you guys? And how is this representative of ESPN, and that's supposed to be a family network that is owned by Disney, you guys? How is this supposed to be representative having Matt Barnes, come on your channel and he's out here spitting on people in his free time, you guys? How is that a representation of the network? Make it make sense, you guys. Make it make sense. But again, there is just so much foolery that goes on as it pertains to Matt Barnes. There's always drama. There is always violence. There is always issues surrounding Matt Barnes. And some of you drink the Kool-Aid and always think it's the other person when Matt Barnes is the common denominator. Who spits on people other than somebody who is insecure, who does not know how to talk with their words, and is a man-child, you guys? That is who spits on people, because that is the most disrespectful thing you can do to a person, is spit on them. That is somebody who does not know how to fight. That is somebody who is a fake tough guy. That is somebody who is not getting their way, so they want to spit on somebody to escalate a situation and then cry like a little bleep and file a restraining order when they were the aggressor the entire time. Make it make sense, you guys. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.